You just need a ball and lay out a field, and you can play rugby.
It's a sport like no other. When you step on the field, you're all equal. And a superstar can only get that try or score that point if he's supported by 14 others and whoever else is on the sideline. One equals all, that we are not individuals on the pitch, that we are a team, and that we go as a team, and that we work as a team. And having said that, when we're doing community service, I don't care if they're picking up trash on the streets, I don't care if they're doing the penguin plunge, I don't care if they're working at the soup kitchen again, I don't care if they're shoveling off the roof of the soup kitchen, they're doing it as a team. And to have that team approach serves you well. The whole concept of a weak link, or carrying your, quote, brother, unquote, when your brother can't do it himself, is very important.
I remember how I got my nickname Bloody. I cracked my head open on a 5-year veteran's head, broke his nose, and from that day on, Coach called me Bloody. And that night, the guy, Freeland, that cracked my head open, him and I spent 3.5 hours in the hospital together, checking out nurses. There's, just one small example of the camaraderie we have here. It's unlike anything else, because in rugby, you're not trying to score yourself, you're trying to put your buddy in to score.
Central is going to be a big game. They're a hard-hitting group. The trick in this game will be, very, very quickly, is that it's the first match of the year. People haven't had a bite yet on their injuries. People are all fresh and ready to go. They've conditioned all summer, they've conditioned through the spring, they've conditioned since they got back to school in the fall. They're very serious about conditioning, they're very serious about technical play with rugby, and this is something that perhaps has even evolved more in the last year than it has all the years in the past.
Run hard, tackle hard to win this game, right? You take it to them.
Let's go.
In their hometown, right?
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. To the top. Norway. To the top. Norway. To the top. 1, 2, 3. Warriors. Let's go. Get him. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Everybody screaming. Who wants it, boys? Let's go, Warriors!
Well, Central was a tough match, and unfortunately we came up on the short end. There was much finger pointing after the Central game, not so much at Eastern's players at each other, but rather situations that evolved on the pitch during the game. I guess that doesn't matter anymore. We lost our opener. It was a hard-felt, really, really hard-fought match. 5 of our starters came out of the game due to injury. Not that many penalties were called, and I think what it does is it kind of gives us a level of energy for the rest of the season. It can be very disheartening, but sometimes life can be very disheartening or not fair. So what we need to do is not lose again. What we're looking at is we're dealing with Western New England University on Saturday. It's coming Wednesday, we're going to be dealing with Springfield College at home. And then the following Saturday, we're going to be dealing with University of Hartford at home. It's going to be 3 games in a week. I've never coached, and Coach Joe has never coached 3 rugby games in a week. So you're going to have to really take care of yourselves before this match. You're going to, again, it sounds like a big gong, but you have to hydrate, you have to sleep, you have to do your stretching, you have to take your ice baths, all that, the same stuff.
If we bring it early, we'll win it. Bring it to him quick, punch him in the mouth figuratively, and then get it wide. Wear him down, wear him down, wear him down, wear him down.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Winnick was a nice win. I think it was 57-5 at the end. It's tough to keep track. Still a great group of guys. Great group of guys from Winnick. Hard fought game. What we need to do now is concentrate now for Wednesday, because that's going to be the match of matches. The challenge with Springfield will be their forwards. They're fit. It's an athlete school. They embrace athletics. They embrace physical conditioning. So it's going to be like I said, it's going to be a match of matches. So for us to be a contender in this game, we're going to have to be a team, and we're going to have to be a team more than we've ever had to before. We cannot have a weak link on that field, because Springfield will exploit that.
Let's go.
You guys can take it to them.
Let's go.
Guys, you win this, we're going to the championship.
We hold on to the ball again.
Yeah, they don't have opportunities.
Let's do this, guys. Tomorrow's the day.
It was a great win. It was an 18-17 win. Biggest win that Eastern Rugby's ever had. The final play of the game, the official announced final play, and Nick dove out of bounds, and the game was over. And you guys poured out onto the field. I think what kind of hit me is that, especially in this game, all equaled one. That there was not a weak link on the field. People are sore. People are hurting. 2 down, 1 to go for the week, and that's a lot to demand, especially against teams that are much bigger. Not as in shape, but much bigger. So UHart Saturday will be, that light at the end of the tunnel we're hoping isn't a train, but rather it's going to be, sadly enough, a week off from games, and we're just going to be able to just condition. Well, we got out of UHart alive. Our gas ran out about 10 minutes into the second half. We have New Haven Saturday at 1 o'clock. New Haven, it's called New Haven U23. It's a team comprised of predominantly Quinnipiac University kids. Last year, we beat them rather handily, and this year they're ranked number 1. So it just kind of goes to show that there's really no rhyme or reason to how this works. It's odd. It's nice to win, but it's, I think, as nice to be able to do that as gentlemen.
Let's go, boys! There we go, boys. There we go.
For Eastern Rugby, we actually had a nice day. We traveled down to New Haven. Very, very muddy field. Surprisingly, Zach Allen and I were walking around before the game, fishing out pieces of glass, looking for needles. So it was a bit of a challenge because of the amount of mud on the field, but it worked out fine. Very proud of the team, though. It was nice to see a bunch of the alumni. A bunch of the alumni was there.
Those guys, and you became these guys. You guys are bound as a team, and it's abundantly clear. There wasn't a weak link out there, and when someone was down, someone covered. When Nicky was into the crap, someone was yelling, "Scrummy in."
Western will be an interesting game. It was a real slugfest last year, I guess is a good way to put it, where the officiating was substandard, and it let the game get out of control when we were in Danbury.
Let's go! Yeah! Time to go, baby!
Playing this sport, I've learned so much, not only about the sport, but just about responsibility, about team effort, just working together. And it's been such a great, experience for me just to be playing this sport.
I played a lot of sports in my life. I think that rugby has been one of the greatest brotherhoods I've had in any of the sports. I've played baseball, basketball, football, soccer. I've never had anything like this. I love these kids more than anything. And, I mean, overall, it's a great sport. I've never had more fun playing a sport in my life.
Western was a great win. To have a 54-5 win over Western. Conditions on the field were pretty abominable, but Eastern kept moving and kept racking up the points, and we were able to out-tough our opponent. That was really it. It was an exciting game. It was a wonderful win, and it was really nice to get out of there at the end of the game. We just left everything on the field and just picked it up the next week, but it was just brutal. I mean, 3 guys from our team alone went to the hospital, none with serious injuries, but just really, it was a great win, and it was really good to get off the field that day. I think part of the reason we did so well against Western is that we train in those conditions. I think that over the last couple of years in particular, Eastern Rugby has developed a level of mental toughness that has not only been abundantly clear on the field, but it's really become quite clear off the field.
Run it back in, run it back in. There we go, yeah!
Well, Trinity was tough. We lost Nick Fittner in the first 3 minutes. He went out with a knee injury, and we'll see what that'll bring. And again, kind of building on that mental toughness, I think in days of old we would have gotten down. We beat Trinity, and that secured us a round in postseason play, which is the furthest that Eastern Rugby's ever been.
Gentlemen, guys, we need to be very, very focused on what has happened today. Just grab a seat, kid. Very focused on what happened today. Everybody is 1 tackle away from going in. We have Keene. We're at Keene next weekend. We have a lot to do. We've never been in this position before. And as Kelly McGordy would say, back on top. Let's go. Good job, gentlemen.
Playoffs in Keene against Tufts. Tufts beat us last year. Very close, much less than a try. I think we were a kick away from from winning. It's late in the year. People are injured. People are hurting. People are tired from playing, especially after that hell week of 3 games in a row.
Focus. Let's go, Evan. Come on, focus.
Let's go! We won, boys! We won it! Let's go, boys! It's you, Kelly! There we go, boys! On it!
Tufts didn't go the way we wanted it to.
We haven't been playing our game. We haven't been coming up on offense or defense.
They persevered, and we lost 33-10. Tough loss, real tough loss. At the end of any season, that's a tough loss. It's a tough way to end a season. It's a tough way for seniors to go out. We lost to a great team. We lost to a wonderful team. It's kind of a tough ending to a really good season. I look at it, and I look at it in a very positive light. I mean, here are these kids that came together 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or this year, never having played ball before, and pick up a ball, find a new group of friends, and next thing you know, you're on the New England stage, trying to vie for contention for a national berth. After the game, people were very upset because it was, for the seniors, it was probably for many of these people the end of their playing career, and for everyone else, you've been training since last winter for this. There's nothing to be having your head hang down about. We went out there, hard-fought game. You performed like gentlemen. You played really hard. We could not have been more well prepared. If someone had said to me years ago, Ray, you're going to end up coaching rugby, I would have told them that they were just absolutely crazy. And now I can't imagine not coaching. To see Bloody and Benway and Patrick and Fitzy and all of our seniors just there at the end of the game, clapping, you know, cheering together and being very, very proud of who we represent and who we are and who they have become makes coaching worthwhile. And to realize that this transcends being on the field, but this is about a level of character that you're building for your life, and that days later and weeks later, months and years later, you're going to look back at Eastern Rugby and say, man, that was incredible. We had a super, super run. And we did it in a way that most other teams don't. We came together and we were far more effective as a unit than we ever were as individuals. And you will forever be able to draw from that arsenal in your toolbox that you are part of the best of the best.
Lions! MMA! MMA! MMA!